I probably wouldn't even be here if this weren't happening. But I'm going to now because I've obviously. I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay, good vibes. You look great. You look good. You look good. I'm not joking.
who, INFJ or Koi Fish?
What? No, you look good. You look good. This
Hey.
someone said don't discriminate against shirtless people. Indeed, good vibes. LOL. And I'm saying you look fine. Not like fine, but like you look good.
Nick, you look fine.
Fine.
You look so fine.
Thank you, I guess.
Hey, I'm just saying. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't tell you look all right. I'd tell you look ugly if you look ugly.
I'm sweating. And
Yeah,
I look the same from my shirt on because I haven't gone.
You do look like you're sweating. I can tell you're sweating. I can tell right here. Okay, putting your face right in the camera isn't the best thing to do. Okay. But no, you're a good looking guy. I'm just saying. I wouldn't lie. Trust me, I wouldn't lie.
I missed what you said. What did you say?
I said you're a good looking guy.
Oh, thank you.
I said, and I wouldn't lie either. I would tell you if you were ugly. Trust me, I would.
I think I objectively know where my attraction is.
I can't hear you.
I think I got a good handle on my attraction level.
And it took me a long time
I'm like a
to
6.9.
I'm terrible at that.
Yeah, I was
7.7.
Everything's subjective. We have organic eyes, organic skin, organic tongues, organic olfactory systems, and an organic brain. Yeah, everything is subjective. So yeah, you win. Okay, whoever's writing that, you're fucking wonderful, and you've discovered everything. Everything is subjective. Unfortunately.
No, it's not true. Everything is subjective. You shouldn't have any proof.
Subjectivism.
What?
I said I've coined a term called objective subjectivism.
And so the only objective truth is that there is none?
Well, our eyes, our ears, our skin, our noses, our tongue, they're all organic. They're all fallible. And they are all deciphered by the human brain, which is also fallible. What I see is green. You can see is red, and we'd have no idea that the other were seeing anything differently.
Well, I think the mind's different than the brain, and intellect is infallible.
Oh, what?
The brain is the organ, and the mind is what you can access.
You're more of a spiritual person.
I'm a Christian.
I'm not knocking it.
The intellect you can access.
The mind is separate.
I don't think we are intelligent as we are. I think we're able to access intelligence, and therefore we can be at least thinking of the same thing.
Does it comfort you to be a Christian? This is not a fucking question that I'm asking.
I mean, if you're gonna use genetic fallacy, that's a genetic fallacy. You can't say because I feel comfortable that somehow my position's in.
No, this is a truthful question. This is a truthful question. Does it make you feel more comfort at night when you go to sleep, knowing that you're a Christian?
In some way, and then in other ways, no.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that.
Well, I mean, I believe you can fall away once you're saved. I think that's possible. So that's a scary thought.
You believe in predetermination?
Well, I'm an Arminian or Eastern Orthodox, so would think that God chooses you, but ultimately it's you that accepts. I believe in God's foreknowledge, but I don't think his foreknowledge is impactful on like
So you don't
whether
believe in God.
like
All right. So like take a tribe in the rainforest in South America that has never heard the gospel. What do you think happens to them?
well, I think God's just, and I think he's merciful, and so if you like Revelation chapter 22, Matthew chapter
Patmos, who was sent to an island to go crazy by himself. Yeah.
well, I mean, in those passages, it speaks of people like there's going to be people on the new earth who aren't Christian, because the tree is going to be like its leaves are going to be used for the healing of the nations, which is separate from the church and from Israel. So I would think that God would save those people. I mean, Jesus preached to the dead that never heard of him, so I would assume he'd also preach
I always wonder what happened to people pre
to
New Testament when they died. What happens to them?
the people that what?
The people that died pre New Testament.
Yeah, it says Jesus preached to those people.
Well, Jesus wasn't born pre New Testament.
Right. So he went to Hades.
God was a very
and taught the
very
dead.
very
It says he
bad.
preached to the dead.
Go ahead.
It says he preached to the dead.
Okay.
He preached to the dead people. I mean, it says he went to Hades and preached to the dead. So,
I've also
I would
I've
think
also
that
heard it called
would have a chance
Abraham's
to.
bosom. I've also heard it called Abraham's bosom. I come from a very religious family. I don't know. I wish that I didn't
Well, what do you? What
sit at night at 3 years old contemplating the illogicalness, if that's a word, of of Bible. That tortured me as a child.
I mean, I wouldn't think that it's illogical. I wouldn't say that about it at all.
Well,
I mean, there's inconsistencies, but they're small.
That's saying religion is good and others aren't, and who is to choose?
Oh yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
I think there's truth in all religions, but I definitely think there's ones that are more right, and there's ones that's true.
More right.
Absolutely. Like some people are wrong and some people are right.
Okay. I mean, I agree with that. I mean,
if everybody's mush, then what's the point of logic? There's no point of logic at that point.
People are wrong. That's a completely logical statement. I disagree with your conclusion, but I totally accept your reasoning. Actually, I don't.
So what do you accept and what don't you accept?
I accept that you you said that Christianity is more right than other religions.
Yeah.
More correct.
Right.
Who is to say that is true?
I mean, ultimately, it's your choice.
Right? Well, yeah. I mean,
that's
I'm trying to get to a fact. Is what I'm saying. It's a belief.
Right, and you can accept the fact or you cannot accept the fact.
Well, it's a belief system, and it relies on faith.
All right. Well, no. I mean, faith nowadays has a completely different meaning than it used to.
No. You have to have faith in a religion in order to.
Right. And in the modern context, that means that it's separated from reason. But in the ancient or medieval or early modern context, that wasn't the case.
Well, back then, that was the way to describe the way the world worked. Why did the sun rise? Why did the tides move? Why, religion was a way to describe scientific.
So, okay, there's a pot of water on the stove and it's boiling. Why is the water boiling?
Because it's what, 212 degrees?
Okay. What if I told you it was because I wanted a cup of tea?
I would laugh in your face.
Is that not true?
Huh?
Is that not true? Why can't both be true? It's both true that the water's boiling because it's 212 degrees. It's also true that I wanted a cup of tea and put water on the stove and made it boil.
At 212 degrees.
Yeah, so they're both true.
Because
One
the,
is agency,
water,
and
the
the
water,
other
All
is.
right, you've caught me. Okay, I got it.
So just because I say that God makes the sunrise or whatever doesn't mean I'm also not.
I'm not
Fascinating
saying
that.
you're wrong or you're right.
The Earth orbits around the sun and blah 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 blah. All that stuff's true too. But they can both be true at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that.
They could.
There's nothing illogical about that either.
Well, a system that's based on faith, I believe, is illogical by definition.
Okay, so how are you going to prove a law of logic without using circular reasoning? You obviously have faith in logic, right? You're just saying logic's true because logic's true. That's faith right there, man. There's nothing more faithful than that.
I think there's a lot. There's a lot to be said about logic, and a lot to be not said about blind faith. Logic can be observed. Logic can be observed. Faith cannot.
How is the law of logic observed? Can I point at the law of logic and say there it is?
Because you can boil a pot 212 degrees and it boils. Okay, you can't faith that to happen.
No, but that's not a lot of logic. So if I was going to say, every effect has a cause, how do you prove that?
Wait, say that again.
And law of causality, or how would I prove the law of identity? So how would I prove that A equals A?
The
How
what?
would I prove that? A equals A. There's nothing to be proven there. It's just just things that we accept.
I accept faith. I accept that you accept faith. But
Well, you also accept A equals A.
I do, and I accept that 2 + 2 = 4 because it always does.
Maybe you can't prove it. You can't prove that that's true.
The problem I have is things that are observable and things that are not observable. I guess that's my issue.
So you don't believe in anything metaphysical. A equals A is metaphysical.
I don't not necessarily believe anything that's metaphysical, but I have no concrete proof to base my faith on that, and I choose.
All of that is the first principle. All it's saying is there's a metaphysical plane, and at the top, some entity that's the first principle that caused all these other things to happen.
Well, that very well may be true. That very well may be true. And honestly, I tend to believe that there was a beginning, and that something must have caused it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what it is. I'm not going to have faith in something that I don't know. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that Christianity is wrong. I'm not saying that having faith is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that I have a problem dealing with non-concrete facts.
Well, I mean, you just said you believed in God. You said
No,
you
I did
think
not.
there's a first principle.
I did not. I said I did
Okay.
not believe. I said I did not believe in God. I said there must have been a beginning. I didn't say it was created by a God.
Okay, so how else would it?
I don't know. I do not know. I know that I don't know. That is a very important thing to
At the
do.
beginning.